item from the time capsule, whatever you want, and then you'll move to the podium, state your name and grade, and briefly describe the item, okay? And once the students begin moving through, we do very much encourage any staff member from 1993 to form line behind the students and come through and do the same thing. State your name. You don't need to state your grade, former staff members. Just your name and briefly describe the item. And if you pull something like a letter or something that you would want to read, let's just briefly describe it. There's a lot more items than we had anticipated. There's pages here, so this is gonna this is gonna be interesting. But first, it is my pleasure to share with you a poem that was connected to the outside of the time capsule, and we knew this when we took a peek just in the time capsule tomb a couple of weeks ago. We spotted the poem. Wanted to share with you this poem before we begin. It's called "The Bridge Builder." It's written by Will Allen Drumgoole, I believe. I couldn't find the pronunciation online. The Bridge Builder has been frequently reprinted, usually in writing stressing a moral lesson. The Bridge Builder is also used by many fraternal organizations to promote the idea of building links for the future and passing the torch along for the next generation. It was possibly first published in 1900 and now a rare book called A Builder. So, The Bridge Builder. An old man going a lone highway came at the evening, cold and gray, to a chasm vast and deep and wide, through which was flowing a sullen tide. The old man crossed in the twilight dim. The sullen stream had no fear for him. But he turned when safe on the other side and built a bridge to span the tide. "Old man," said a fellow pilgrim near, "you are wasting your strength with building here. Your journey will end with the ending day. You never again will pass this way. You've crossed the chasm deep and wide. Why build this bridge at evening tide?" The builder lifted his old gray head. "Good friend, in the path I have come," he said, "there followed after me today a youth whose feet must pass this way. This chasm that has been as naught to me, to that fair-haired youth may a pitfall be. He too must cross in the twilight dim. Good friend, I am building this bridge for him." Be reminded, as I suggested in the vestibule, as a way to commemorate the year 2018, plans will be made to create a new time capsule open 25 years from now, and perhaps we will continue to build a bridge.
Kelly, and I'm in 8th grade. It looks like these are a whole bunch of posters. Yes. Flag, entrepreneurs. November 1983.
I'm Thomas Hill. I'm in 8th grade, and this is just a small American flag.
Hi, my name is Ronan Wise. I'm in 7th grade, and I have what it seems to be a Notre Dame football book.
My name is Owen Kinder, and I'm a 7th grader. And it says, "This is Jason Falk. I am 14 years old, and my birthday is April 12th, 1979. The year right now is 1993. In 25 years, I will be 20. It will be 2018. I will be 39 years old. I have Mrs. Levenger and Sarah, Mr. Lyon, Mr. Steele, and Mr. Barfeld, Mr. Forrest, Mrs. Nestle, Mrs. Prinzos, and I look forward to this day in 2018. I will try to be here. Sincerely, Jason.
My name is Hannah Davis. I'm in 6th grade, and this looks like maybe like News Sports Central. Something. That's
Hi, I am Tate Davis, grade 6, and this seems to be a official park guide to the Ford Theater and the house where Lincoln died, assassination of President Lincoln.
I'm Mr. Kennel, and I teach 8th grade U.S. history. I was here the first year it opened. I was 29. My hair was black. Mr. Force actually had blonde hair. Mr. Schaub, well, we won't go there. But anyways, I have a brochure that I'm sure this was Mr. Barfeld's, and I think we're cleaning out his cabinet right now. But no, I was trying to find, I think Mr. Barfeld put a sport memorabilia in there, but I haven't found it yet. But thank you.
I am Kathy Kachergo Stoffel, although I don't usually lay claim to the Kachergo part. But I won't get on my soapbox. This says on the outside, St. Mary's Catholic Church burns, and I actually really remember that because I attended St. Mary's in college because it was the rebel church. It had a rock band. And I remember crying when I saw this on the news. Most of you probably remember that too.
I'm Cindy Nessel, and I taught 1,000 years ago here. I have an envelope that has teacher letters. And so here's an example of one from Linda Powell and pictures. We have a letter from Joe Updegrove. So anyway, so one from Susie Ferkel, wherever you are, we miss you. So I will put, hi Susie. One from Barfeld, so I will put these, so it's a bunch of teacher letters, and I can't read them all, so they're on the table.
There's a lot in this box, so we could use all of the volunteers that we can get. Please come help us out. Whether you taught here or not, you're welcome to come up to the stage.
I'm Barb Anger. I started here in 1993. I have several cool things. I have a 40th anniversary Comet hockey puck. I have Tropical Jawbreakers from Jurassic Park, which is marked as the #1 movie for the 1993 time capsule. And I have a video of the Woodside 8th grade graduation on cassette tape. No, so there's probably audio. I have audio tape. Hi, I'm Carol Kaup. I had computer classes the first year, and after I left, I taught at a bunch of schools in Chicago and Cleveland. And what I have in front of me it's about Eureka College, Waldenport Duesenberg Museum, Nashville Street Map. I'm not sure what the continuity is here. Tours Washington, D.C., and photographs, I assume, that are from Fort Wayne or in Washington. Yeah, Washington, D.C. So we had a trip at that point, I believe, although my memory is pretty foggy when it comes to that year. So anyway.
My name is Sharon Fontaine, and I was one of the first 2 counselors here, along with Carl Knorr, even though I didn't make the program or the yearbook. I think I was busy with a crying kid, and that was the end of that. But I just want to mention, it was such an honor and privilege to open this school. When you think about it, this was a soybean field. There was nothing here. And the whole idea of the school board coming up with the idea that we needed a brand new building was very novel in a time when new buildings were simply not built. Then they had to, and I talk about, it was the Woodside staff that came over, and I wasn't there. I was at Homestead previously. And then it was under the leadership of Susan Green and Jim Linker that they came up with the name of the Falcons for the mascot, the green and gray for the colors. The school song was written by our own Sue Yale, who's still here 25 years later. But one of the things we did is we started every day with rap, reaching adolescent potential, and that was what advisory was called back then. And I have a photo of a rap group. They put their photo in. And then we have another student letter, and this is from Cindy Christensen. And I have a packet that has the baseball digest from 1993.
Okay, I am Scott Schauf. I have been teaching 6th grade since Summit opened, and we have a collection of, looks like Civil War workbooks. Yeah.
That's what kids did before they had computers. They did work.
Hi, I'm Sarah Wist, and I taught here 7th grade social studies in 1993. I was one of the first, my team was the Frogs, Dave Forrest, Ted Tiernan, I don't even read, Matt Branning, so there were a lot of us. So anyway, what I have in here is Life magazine from 40 years after World War II. Looking for the year. Can't see. Can you see this? Yeah, a history teacher, she doesn't know the year. So anyway, this one is JFK, World War II, a lot of just 1993, I guess. So Prince Diana and Charles, the marriage once upon a time didn't last. All right, thank you. Hi
here. I'm Beth Marco Clark. Now I live in Indianapolis. Found a few items that are very interesting. One is the Summit Falcon football team, 1993 roster. And looks like they have about 7 teams they played. And my father was the first football coach at Homestead when the building opened, so I thought I'll grab that one. Summit phone book. This is interesting. A lot of you are in this. Pictures and full description. Got to take a peek at this. This is priceless. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Levenger, and I've been here since the very beginning, and I taught art. A couple items that I picked up here. One happens to be Miracle Girl. This is probably yours, Cindy. And another thing that I knew we started was what we call the Visa, which was the handbook for all students that probably still have today in some form.
So this is a Summit shirt. Okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Linda Powell and I taught the skills and careers. And so this was a Summit shirt. It says first edition. It has a student name on it, though. I do remember the Poles family. Guys, yeah? Yeah. Okay, so this was not an athletic or a gym shirt? Yeah. Was it? Okay. And I think Mr. Lanker needs this, don't you think? Even though. And an official first edition hat. And these were donated by Park Smith, who at that time was our athletic director. Okay.
Hi, I'm Ted Tiernan. Came over from the mothership in 1993. And ended up going back after they built a new building there. Every time they built a new building, I took off and went there. Picture of the very first trophy that Summit Middle School ever won, which was our girls cross country team. Girls and boys both run to the girls next to them. Those girls were best in spite of their coaches. They were wicked fans. So that was nice to see.
Hi, I'm Anita Kowalski. I taught choir here, but I taught it at Woodside before. And Sarah Wiss just reminded me, our first year we shared a room. I taught choir in the morning, and then she taught social studies in the afternoon, and I went on to teach kindergarten music while she was there. So yeah, it just brought back memories. So I have a pamphlet from Washington, D.C. I have something called 101 Easy Ways to Get Better Grades. And this is actually a cassette tape. It says, well, it says super good, and I didn't write this, but it's the 1993 choir singing the national anthem. I'm Nell Fettig. I taught English and newspapers. Unfortunately, this still holds true today. And I picked up the softball. And lo and behold, I didn't know Dick Barfeld was the trainer for the team. And it's all signed by the players.
I'm David Force. I was here in '93. Actually, after an interview with Phyllis Davis, Jim Lanker, and Susan Green, I got to take a hard hat tour with Jim Lanker through the building when it's just the brick walls and concrete floors. That was something special. I picked up a road atlas. Probably a lot of the young kids use the GPS these days on their smartphones, and that's definitely an antique. And then some more social studies memorabilia, I believe, from Dick Barfeld.
You just put everything in here. You're not as comfortable.
Hi, I'm Linda Stepankowitz. I taught 6th grade math and language arts. And I have here, oh, and speaking of when you got the hard hat tour, when we first came over from Woodside to see this place, I remember the lowest level here was underwater. And we all kind of wondered whether this was where the pool was going to be, but they said no. I have here a letter from the mayor at the time in 1993, Paul Helmke, and there is a coaster with the seal of the mayor on it, and a picture of him, and a pencil from his office, and his business card as well.
Hi, I'm Beth Schambarger, and I was the media specialist here at Summit for 20 years, from '93 to 2013. And everybody's talking about Dick Barfeld. He was quite a character. But in the media center, there is a Lincoln plaque, I guess, which is one of 3 in existence. I don't know if a lot of people know that. And also Dick, for his retirement, there's a statue of a Native American. And so that's something that he gave a lot of history to the school in his own unique way. And what I opened up was, did I say that? Okay, what I opened up was a letter from Susan Green with none other than the Student Parent Handbook. And what she said, as when we started the building, the first, I don't know how many weeks it was still under construction, and we were dealing with a lot. And it says, students and staff are beginning to build traditions as they support the Summit Falcon athletic teams in the colors of green and gray. Spirit is building, school life is fun.
Okay, we're finishing up because you all know, because Cheryl and I and Marilyn ran this place for the first time here, right? Okay, and this was a picture which currently is currently hanging at Woodside. Yeah, it is. It's a Woodside faculty picture. 92, 93. And of course, many of us are in it. Anyhow, we helped Jim and Susan get this place open and run it for 20-some years before we both retired. So, hi guys. Hi Jim. Hi Jim.
Well, there's quite a bit more in the time capsule. We will spend some time here as current teachers arrive and we celebrate 25 years of Summit Middle School. We'll continue to pull items from the time capsule, but we will officially wrap up our live feed and our recording. And again, I want to thank our Southwest County Schools school board members for attending today, central office, administration staff, our Summit students, and members of the media, and current staff members, everybody for making this a great event. We look forward to sharing plans for the creation of a new time capsule, earmarked 2043, and we will be promoting ways for current students and staff to make suggestions and donations for that time capsule. And please know our ceremony now transitions to a celebration with light refreshments for you and all current Summit staff celebrating Summit's 25th anniversary.